This is not a third Obama term because we face a totally different world than we faced in the Obama-Biden administration. This President Trump has changed the landscape. It's become America first, which meant America alone. We find ourselves in a position where our alliances are being frayed. It's a totally different. That's why I found people who joined the administration and key points that represent the spectrum of the American people as well as the spectrum of the Democratic Party.
Okay, there's the president-elect on TV with Lester Holt last night. Now we're on TV with Charles Hurt, Washington Times opinion editor, Fox News contributor. Charlie, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys.
Okay, so he was responding to the fact that a whole bunch of the people in the incoming Biden administration are people we've seen before. So he said it's not going to be a third Obama term, but is it kind of Obama 2.0?
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit like the Rolling Stones. They're getting the old band back together again with all these old geezers rocking around on stage. But what the amazing thing, Steve, about that clip right there was Joe Biden is actually attacking America first. And they do this out loud with their out loud voice. And it's kind of astonishing, if you stop and think about it, that you would actually have a political force in this country that has a problem with putting America first, putting America's interests first. What in the hell do they think elections are about? Why do American citizens vote for anything? But of course it's to put America's interests first. That's the whole point of all of it. But the thing I think they're completely missing here is that, of course, this is exactly, if for them, the great evil in this world was the rise of Donald Trump, this caused the rise of Donald Trump. And they are doing the very first thing, as soon as they get out of detention, they're allowed out of the corner and they come back to the stage. The first thing they do is everything that gave us Donald Trump in the first place.
I love that analogy about detention as a former teacher, gotta tell you, Charlie. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about Biden's cabinet
I know it
picks.
because I spent a lot of time there.
I imagine that to be true. When we talk about Joe Biden's cabinet picks, media has already begun to react to that quite a bit. So we have a montage for you we're going to play, and then we'll get your reaction.
I was talking to a Democrat who just said this also felt like the Avengers. It felt like we're being rescued from this craziness that we've all lived through from the last 40 years, and now here are the superheroes to come and save us all.
And Joe Biden's saying, these are people, this is a team who's going to tell me, this team will tell me what I need to know, not what I want to know. That is a big change.
They are deeply experienced, they are humble, and they are lifelong public servants. They are not political. They are just career people. They have worked together for many years.
Charlie, we've got Spider-Man, Superman, the Hulk rolling in. You just didn't know it.
It's incredible. I mean, and you juxtapose that to the past 4 years and what these very same people, the hysterics these very same people went into over peddling conspiracies and hateful speech, everything that you could imagine about President Trump. And Joe Biden hasn't even entered the White House yet. And this is the way they're treating him. And of course, it's not all that different from what Joe Biden has enjoyed for the past 8 months during the campaign, during which he didn't actually campaign. He simply got a complete pass on all that. It's going to be we're heading into a very, very dangerous time where you have the media just has completely surrendered all pretense of trying to ask questions and get important answers from powerful people in this country. It doesn't exist anymore.
It's just unbelievable where some people say that's reassuring. They work together, they're lifelong public servants, and other people are horrified. They work together in lifelong public servants because we saw what happened last time, and we did not mind. I didn't see a lot of clamor for America first being bad because it was never America alone. That was Joe Biden's ad lib. Meanwhile, what about this ad lib?
Right.
Jennifer Epstein on Bloomberg was asked a question about Joe Biden. Hey, maybe, how about this? George H.W. Bush was known for his socks. Maybe Biden will be too. Today, he wore dark blue socks to join lighter blue dogs. Yes, there are plenty of more substantive things to tweet about, but we can have some fun too. I just want to bring up some fun tweets that she had about President Trump. she'd never had any, nor did anybody else. It's amazing. I don't have anything against having fun tweets, but at least pretend to be somewhat equal.
Yeah, no, and that's not happening. I mean, literally, we just finished an election where one of the candidates did not even have the decorum, the decency to go out there and ask people for their votes. It didn't even go out there and make the case to people on the issues for why you should vote for him. His only argument was, I'm not Donald Trump, and I'm a nice person, and I'm part of Washington, and so I'll put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Right. That was his entire campaign, and the media let him get away with it. The one thing that I do think that is sort of interesting here, watching all of these old people from, Joe Biden's 50 years in Washington getting pulled back into service in this administration, is this one thing, and that is that where is Bernie Sanders and where is Elizabeth Warren? Yeah. They are not part of this right now, and either he goes with them and they go full socialist and it becomes a complete nightmare, or he doesn't and the whole thing goes up into flames in a civil war among Democrats, and it still goes down in flames.
Yeah, the progressives won't be happy about that. Charlie, thanks for joining us before you brine your turkey.
Thanks, Charlie.
Have a great holiday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You bet. All right. For this Thanksgiving,